Now gives it off to Raina Smith. Raina has it. Off to Ebony Brown. Now back to Raina. Baseline. Gabby Lovelace drives underneath. Put it up. Got it. Good, strong baseline move by Gabby Lovelace, and she scored.
I don't know how Gabby got down the baseline. Looked like the defensive player cut it off pretty well, but Gabby found an opening and reversed her dribble and laid it in. Nice offensive play.
4-2. Now they work it inside. Good post move by Stinson. Blocked by Morales. Morales leads the conference in block shots, and there's another one for her.
And she didn't just block that one. She swatted that one.
And now a foul on Anselmi as she tries to keep Sammy Jackson from getting to midcourt.
That's the third team foul on Benedictine here in the early going. Vikes still have not committed a foul.
Jade Reed comes into the game, 5'11" redshirt freshman. Gabby Lovelace to inbound, 4-2 ball game. Ravens on top. Now is a bad pass. They try to go in the corner to Raina Smith, take it away, and here come the Ravens on the run. They get it underneath to Reed, who just came into the game, misses the shot. Ebony Brown with a rebound, and she hits the deck, and she's fouled.
Reed, I think Jade Reed came over the back. Reed frustrated after missing that shot, and then came over the back of Ebony Brown. So Vikes getting Benedictine into a little bit of foul trouble. That's their fourth.
Yeah, we needed that 3 overtime, all that adrenaline to drive through that snowstorm on the way home.
Oh, man, I had trouble calming down. And in a storm like that, you need to calm down.
All right, full court pressure by the Ravens. Ebony Brown quickly to Morales. Morales across the timeline. Now drive to the left hand, left side. Spin to the free throw line, throws it away. No, good job by Raina Smith to take it back. Back to Morales in the lane and
nice
scores.
Job.
And Joe, that's big. That's her first field goal in 2 games. She did not have a field goal Saturday afternoon. Young lady averages 9 points a game.
Well, the Vikes made about 4 passes during that possession and found Gabby Morales wide open for about 12 feet. She drained it. Way to move the ball.
Out of the top of the key. They work it to Payne. Baseline to Reed. Reed brings it back out. Vikings staying a man-to-man. Bounce pass. Free throw line extended right to Payne. Payne stops the dribble. Good defense. Outside shot. 3 by Reed. Off the hit of the rim. Rebound, Sammy Jackson. 4-4 game. Vikes with the ball. We've played 5 minutes. Baseline. Three-pointer. Good by Raina Smith. We saw her start to heat up against CMU, and she knocks down her first shot of the game.
And you can see Raina stepping up, shooting those shots with confidence right now as I think the Vikes pick up their first foul. Gabby Lovelace, I believe, reaches around one of the Benedictine players, but a nice baseline jumper by Raina and nothing but net. I didn't realize she was such a good shooter.
Yeah, she really, we didn't see her shoot much until the game against CMU. She comes into this game averaging only 3.8, but yeah, boy, she's really found her mark in the last couple of games. Really started at CMU. All right.
She really gave us a lift that second half. I think she had 12 second half points down at Fayette the other night in that CMU game, and Vikes almost pulled that one out. So they played, 3 pretty good halves in their last two games.
Well, what we talked to Jolene about, if you heard her comments in the pregame, we just have to play 2 good halves. Yeah. We played a great first half against the Pioneers, and the second half they just, to be honest with you, they just blew it open.
They did. And that second half really got rough. And I tell you, what did we say? At 50-some fouls, I think. Yeah.
There was no continuity to the game. Every 10 seconds it seemed it was stopping because of a foul.
And it was pretty even on both teams, really.
Here's a long 3 off the heel of the rim by Payne.
Boy, nice rebound by Gabby Morales. Yeah,
Gabby rips it down, gives it off to Ebony Brown. Back it comes to Sammy, now to Raina Smith in the corner. Raina drives baseline, her floater, good! She hits the deck and has 5 points for the young freshman out of St. Louis. 9-4, Valley up by 5.
And Raina pulled up just enough on that shot to avoid the charge.
Boy, she is really showing us some offense. Ziesel into the ball game. Here's another long 3. This one hits the back iron. Another good rebound by Morales as Rosie Youngstrom missed the shot. Now Lindsey Jackson baseline. She'll try about a 14-footer. Rattles it home. And the Vikings are hot after that timeout, leading 11-4.
And I think Vikes are on what, an 11-0 run? 11-0 run right now as Benedictine's having some shooting woes at the current time.
Go to the high post to Reed. Reed gives it to Stinson. Stinson out front. It goes to Youngstrom. Another long 3 way off the mark.
That was an NBA 3 right there.
I mean, Payne was way out there. Now Sammy Jackson with it, off to Morales. If they're going to take that shot, I'll give them that shot.
Oh, yeah, anytime.
That cannot be a good percentage
I'd have almost
shot.
given her 4 points if she'd have hit it.
Sammy works it, tries to get it inside to Ebony. The ball knocked away, taken away by Reed. The other way, here's a, thought maybe they're going to whistle a violation.
I thought that should have maybe been a traveling
but it
violation.
wasn't. The ball is knocked out of bounds now by Ziesel, as I thought Youngstrom walked with it. But nonetheless, the Vikings get the ball back. Now,
Coach Chad Folsom doesn't look very happy right now. Benedictine's head coach.
Coming in for the Vikings will be Kicksmiller, Sam Kicksmiller, and also coming in, Julia Vasquez. And back in for the Ravens is Aaron Murphy. Kind of an unusual Monday night, Anselmi back in as well. Unusual Monday night game. We're playing this one because this game was scheduled during finals week, from what I understand.
Is that right?
So they wanted to move it.
So this wasn't supposed to be a Monday night game.
Right. Moved to the Monday night for that reason. So both of these teams, we're the two teams that are one game behind everyone else.
Well, you know, as tough as college basketball is, as fast-paced and physical, it's tough to play 3 games in a week.
Yeah. Ooh, they're going to call Sammy for a travel. Kicksmiller really didn't give her the ball in a good spot. She threw it to her on the baseline into a double team, and Sammy was more concerned about keeping her feet in bounds and then traveled with it. So turnover, 13:20 to go, 11-4. Vikes on this 11-0 run, and let's see what Benedictine can do about it. Stinson, top of the key, now to Anselmi. Anselmi leaves it for Youngstrom. Free throw line, dumps it underneath, back out to Stinson. Stinson lobs it right back into Murphy. Little shot off the left side, no good with the left hand. And the rebound comes out to Sammy Jackson.
And I think Benedictine's missed about their last 10 shots.
Here's a pass inside to Kara Clark in the lane. She has it blocked, gets it back. Spins, kicks it out to Vasquez, now to Sammy Jackson. Vikings in their white home uniforms. The black jerseys and trunks for the Ravens. They get that rebound of the mix by Kicksmiller. Quickly try to bring it down to the right side, and Sammy Jackson there to knock it out of bounds. 12:42 to go. It's 11-4. Checking in.
Kara Clark looks like maybe she twisted an ankle. She's coming off the floor kind of hobbling a little bit, so hope she's okay.
Looks like Sierra Akers will check in when she gets a chance for the Ravens. Akers, a 6-foot sophomore out of Kansas City. Anselmi, the point guard, to inbound, long count, but she gets it in just before the 5-second count to Youngstrom. Youngstrom, top of the key, off to Anselmi. Anselmi looks, gives it back out front for Ziesel. Now Youngstrom, top of the key. Vikings really working defensively. Anselmi against Raina Smith. Back out it comes to Ziesel. Ziesel with 5 on the shot clock, drives right side, and they're going to call Lindsay for the foul. As I don't know if that was a shot or an attempted pass to Akers. Nonetheless, they're going to say that Lindsay Jackson got her on the arm, her first foul.
I think it was an attempted pass, but I think they're going to give her 2 shots. I think she was looking like trying to hit, I don't know if that was Akers or who that was down on the baseline, but I think that's where she was trying to go with it.
Ziesel, first free throw, good. And that breaks an 11-0 Viking run. 12:20 to go in the first half. And the second one also good by Jackie Ziesel, the 5'9 sophomore. Now full court pressure. It's 11-6. Into Vasquez. Vasquez trying to split the double team, and a whistle and a foul. They're going to call this one on Ziesel. Say she reached around and made contact with the young lady. So Ziesel picks up the foul, her first and the 4th team foul. Lindsey Jackson to inbound. Gives it to Morales. Morales fires it ahead to Raina Smith. 2-on-1. Here comes Raina. Right side, tried to dish it underneath to Kicksmiller and went off her knee out of bounds. Raina might have been better off taking that one up that time.
Yeah, the way Raina's shooting the ball right now, you want her to go ahead and put it up every chance she gets. And she had a good look that time, but trying to be very unselfish. You can't fault her for that.
And Selmy now brings it up. And Selmy averaging 8.7, but as Coach Folsom says, she does so much more than just score with this ball club. Fake to 3. Akers dumps it down low, knocked away by Morales. What a job Morales has done, Gabby, in the first few minutes of this ball game. Rebounding, blocking shots, and scoring.
You watch Gabby in the interior, especially on the defensive end. She's very active in there, moving all the time, helping out, going after shots, and very aggressive defensive player.
Youngstrom to Anselmi. 11-6. Vikings with a lead. 11:52. Here's a drive baseline. Now they go to the free throw line to Murphy. Her shot rattles off. Kicksmiller tries to get the rebound, taken away by Akers. Back out to Anselmi. Her 3. That's long. Rebound Morales. Another one. Off it comes to Lindsey Jackson. Now to Vasquez. Vasquez ahead to Raina Smith. Ball knocked away and out of bounds on the far side by Jackie Ziesel. It'll be Viking ball. Dub Clark does a nice job of handling the pass on the far side.
He does a good job. I don't know if he still has his starburst, had a handful of starburst or not, but he handled that ball and made a good return bounce pass to the official.
And the camera in one hand, never lost his camera. Here's Morales, free throw line. Spins in the lane with a jump hook. It's knocked away. Kicksmiller had it for a moment. Now it is picked up by Ziesel. Ziesel brings it right side for Benedictine, takes it all the way around Lindsey Jackson, misses the shot. Lindsey with a rebound. Boy, I'll tell you what, Benedictine is ice cold.
They're really
cold
struggling.
as is outside.
I think they hit their first 2 shots of the game, and boy, they've hit 1 shot since then, and we're down almost to the halfway point of the half.
Raina Smith between the circles against Anselmi, man-to-man defense. Now out to Vasquez. Vasquez high post kicks Miller. Number 41 holds, kicks it to the left side to Smith. Raina dumps it down underneath and spinning the lane. Morales jump hook. Ooh, just a little too strong. Missed it. Rebound Akers. And the shot clock violation, but they had the ball anyway. And Selmy the other way. Working to the left side. Now dishes back out front to Youngstrom. Youngstrom, we noticed that Brielle Martinez not in uniform tonight, and we'll ask the coach about that. Maybe an injury from Saturday. Here's a shot, no good. Ball pinballing around, still pinballing around in the lane. Finally comes down to Kicksmiller. Another missed shot by the Ravens. This is a team that shoots 40% from the field, but not this afternoon.
Well, the Vikings doing a pretty good job on the defensive boards right now. They have not given up that many offensive rebounds, it doesn't look like.
Raina Smith directing traffic on that left side. 11-6 Vikings. Now takes it, puts up a 12-footer. 3 for 3 is Raina Smith. She has 7, 13-6.
Well, I'm trying to look. Raina Smith had 12, I know, against Central Methodist the other day. Then last Saturday she had 6. So
off to a great start. Here's Youngstrom for 3. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebound Murphy, and she's fouled by Raina Smith as she reaches in trying to slap it away. Raina picks up her first foul and the 3rd team foul. And this foul is on the floor, so Messinario will come into the game. Kara Clark, Gabby Lovelace, Sammy Jackson, Ebony Brown. And let's see, Stinson's back in and Selmy's out there. Murphy stays on the floor. It looks like Justice Payne is back in for the Ravens. Also on the floor is Katie Barr, so we're back to the starters for them. Baseline shot, no good. Rebound, Gabby Lovelace. Off it comes to Sammy Jackson, left side against Anselmi. Finds Messinario, drives down the middle, floats it up, banks it in, and it's fouled.
Great move by Regine Messinario that time. A runner in the lane, banged it off the glass, and got a chance for a 3-point play. And I tell you, Ken, so important when you got a team that's down like Benedictine is right now, you got to put them away. I mean, I know it's still early, but you got to take full advantage of their shooting slump right now.
Great point. Here's Messinario for 3. Got it. 3-point play. You're right. They're shooting a terrible percentage right now, and the Vikings have to take advantage of that, and so far they are up by 10, 16-6, 9:30 to go in the half.
You know they're going to heat up.
Yeah. They're not going to stay this way all game. And Selmy, top of the key. It goes to Payne. Payne drives left side, takes it all the way in, misses the layup. Rebound comes away to Sammy Jackson. She shot that one over the rim. The other way, here's Raina in the lane, or rather Messinario in the lane. Missed the shot, and the foul is going to be called.
Regine, maybe going a little too quick that time. Had that beautiful play a minute ago, and that time I got into the lane and really nowhere to go with the ball.
Picks up her first foul, and then that's the 4th team foul on Valley. Messinario out of Delano, California. Top of the circle. And Selmy drives left side, tries to draw the contact and does. Nice job as she leaned into Kara Clark. Kara picks up the foul, and Selmy will go to the line.
But nice job by Kara Clark. She shifted over off of her person and helped pick up Anselmi on the drive. Didn't let her go all the way to the rack, so good defensive play.
Reed will come back in, and now they miss a free throw. Wow. You're right, they made their first 2 shots. Ziesel made 2 free throws, and that's it.
Yeah, have not hit a field goal since probably the first 2 minutes of the game.
Coming off a big win against CMU on Saturday. Next one on the way. Missed them both. Rebound, Ebony Brown. Vikes up by 10 with the ball. 8:54 to go in the half. Sammy Jackson. Low block. Kara Clark. That shot rolls around, won't go in. And let's see, they may call Ebony Brown over the back. I think they will, fighting for the offensive rebound.
You know what I'd do if I was Coach Chad Folsom right now? I'd ask officials, let's use a different ball.
Yeah,
so, I mean, seriously, some little change like that.
We've got to try something.
Can change it psychologically for you.
Because right now they can't make a free throw, can't make a layup. Here's Anselmi, drives left side, gets it to Stinson, loses the handle on it, but it's picked up out front by her teammate Barr. Now top of the key, Anselmi for three. This one off the heel of the rim. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to go to Barr, and then she is fouled, and that'll be the 7th team foul on Valley. So we'll shoot a 1-and-1. Ebony Brown picks up her second. Joe, that's the thing you have to be careful on that three. You get underneath for that rebound, that three-point shot's going to come out a little farther. Yeah. About the free throw line usually where those things bounce.
Well, that's the thing you hate to do. When a team's cold, you hate to give them more than one shot. You know, you give them enough, they're going to drop one. But that time, like I said, pretty bad carom, not bad carom, but just a deep carom, and not much the Vikes could do.
At the free throw line is Katie Barr, 5'8" junior. She has one of the 2 field goals. That was the 7th team foul. So a 1-and-1 for Katie Barr. Got the first one.
And that breaks. They've been stuck on 6 for a long time. Stuck on
time.
4 for the longest time, and then they've been stuck on 6. So keep it going, Vikes. Let's go.
And this one bounds around and in for Katie Barr. So they are 4 out of 6 in the line. It's 16-8. Full court pressure. Messenario quickly into the forecourt. Oh, no look pass to Kara Clark, and it's tipped and taken away by Anselmi. Anselmi the other way. Stops, and she throws it in the backcourt. That was last touch by Stinson, and that should be over and back, yeah. Even though it was tipped by one of the Vikings, Messenario, Stinson was the last one to have it, and it went into the backcourt, and a timeout is called. Chad Folsom, you know, I talked to him before the game. He's a little concerned about playing this Monday night game after that big win Saturday, make the long trip on a cold Monday, and you know, so far his concerns were correct.
Well, and we mentioned the Vikings, I know at least one time in the last 2 years had beaten this team here, and I think one time lost by 1 point to them. So the Vikes you normally have trouble with Benedictine out in Atchison, but normally play pretty well against them here.
Thanks for joining us on Stretch Internet tonight, also on livestream.com as we bring you Heart of America Conference basketball. A busy week, another home game Thursday. It's the alumni social. That's always fun. One of us will broadcast for a while while the other one goes and enjoys all the wonderful food the hospitality services brings over.
I'm a better eater and you're a better talker.
I don't know. I think we kind of can both do that eating part and the talking part about the same. So that'll be going on. That's always a fun night because a lot of people are here and a lot of alumni are here, and it's really a fun evening.
It is, and we hope to get a good crowd out. What'd you think of those football games over the weekend?
Crazy football.
I hated to see the Broncos get beat. I was looking forward, I told you last week, to a Peyton Manning, Tom Brady matchup in the AFC Championship, but give the Ravens credit.
The NFL's like the NBA now. Just watch the fourth quarter, and that's all you need to see. Huh?
I know.
With all the comebacks and late second heroics. Here's Raina Smith. Now off to Morales. Back to Sammy, top of the key. Off to Kara Clark. Clark holds, gives it to Lovelace, driving in from the right side. Nice pass, lays it in.
That Sammy made that pass, and a nice cut by Gabby Lovelace, going right down the middle of the lane. Used the glass well. She's got 4.
And it's back to a 10-point advantage for the Vikings. Pass underneath. Clark knocks it away from Stinson, but taken down, and then driving in the lane and being bumped and fouled is Katie Barr. But a good job by Clark to knock the entry pass away from
Gabby
Stinson.
Morales, I think, reached around. That'll be Gabby's first foul.
And that's the 8th team foul. Yep, it's on Gabby, her first. And the free throw is good, and that's 3 free throws in a row by Barr. Benedictine still with just 2 field goals.
I think their last 5 points has come via the free throw line, and they've only got 9 altogether.
Missed that one. Rebound comes down to the Vikings, so Valley with a 9-point lead in the ball.
But we got to keep scoring.
Sammy stops the dribble way out high. Now goes between the circles to Raina Smith. Off to Gabby Lovelace. Lovelace back to Raina. 7:20 to go in the first half. Gabby Lovelace baseline. Kicks it top of the key to Kara Clark. Kara looks in for Morales, not there. Back to Smith, 6 on the shot clock. Here comes Raina baseline. Puts it up too strong. And a good solid rebound. Pulled out of there by Katie Barr. Barr quickly down court. They give it to Payne. Payne in the corner, cut off by cut off by Sammy Jackson, but drives the baseline, and a reverse left-handed layup is good for Justice Payne, her first 2 points of the game.
That's quite a shot right there. Just flipped that thing up. I don't think she had any idea where the basket was, had in the general vicinity, and she knocked it down.
Lifted up with the left hand into Morales. Morales turns, faces the basket, goes up strong, missed it. And the rebound fought for, and they're going to call Gabby or Stinson with a foul.
I think they're going to call, looks like they're going to call it on Gabby.
That's her second, so she will come out. Ebony Brown already has 2. Down to 6:38 to go, and that's going to bring Kixmiller back in. Again, Brielle Martinez, young lady out of New Jersey, is not in uniform tonight.
I just dumped about a half a bottle of water into my lap.
Well, you're having Saturday. You had during that men's double or triple overtime. One of those overtimes, someone dropped a whole glass of water.
That wasn't
on
my
your
fault.
Paperwork.
This was my fault this time.
Still a long season, long way to go. Stinson at the line, free throw, missed it. Rebound, Kixmiller. Well, they can't hit really a good percentage from the line either. Still a 7-point game, 18-11, 6:30 to go. Sammy Jackson out front, Raina Smith. Raina swings it to Gabby Lovelace. Now out high to Kara Clark. Clark looks in for Kixmiller, doesn't get it to her. Gives it back out to Raina Smith. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Sammy, top of the key, turns, fires, off to the right. No good. Rebound, Kara Clark up, no good. Rebound, Kixmiller up. Good foul. The third time's the charm, and Sam Kixmiller battling the offensive boards, grabs it, puts it in his foul.
Well, it's good. I hope we get to see Sam have a big game. She needs to really step up on the inside because she's got a lot of potential in there, and that was a nice play that time. Got a nice offensive rebound, stuck it right back up off the glass, and a chance for the three-point play. The Vikes needed that one.
Young lady out of Kearney, spins it up, got it. We thought after her freshman year she would really be a force, and her sophomore year I think a little slower than we thought, but
I think she could still be a pretty good
really
player. She's a big girl,
player.
Very physical, and she's really got a nice touch on the ball.
I think she could really be a good player for this team as we go through and start to head into the second half of the season. 21-11, Valley by 10 with 6:08 to go in the half. Now keep it going here. Out to the top of the circle. And give it off there to Justice Payne. Long three won't go. Rebound pulled down by Barr. Barr off to Youngstrom. Swings it across. Right wing, Murphy. Back out front. Now to Payne. Payne into the corner, Youngstrom. Brings it back out around a screen. Takes it to the free throw line. Dishes it down underneath. Shot up, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Kara Clark.
Shayla Rutledge, who's in the game now. So Benedictine, boy, I think they played probably 10, 11 people already.
Well, he is looking for any answer, isn't he, right now? Now we have a tie ball. I think the Vikings will maintain possession. 21-11, 5:26 to go in the first half. Gabby Lovelace to inbound, triggers it in to Sammy Jackson. Sammy tries to get it underneath, does. Good catch by Lovelace. Back into the corner to Raina Smith. Smith around a screen by Lovelace. Takes it right side, flips it up with the left hand, won't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Barr. Barr's going to bring it down court. 3-on-2. Barr takes it all the way, throws up a wild shot. That's an offensive foul on Katie Barr. Joe, the reason I like that call, I'm not sure our player was set or not, but when a player is that much out of control, and she really was on that play, the official's not going to bail her out.
And that was Sammy Jackson. I think Sammy did a good job squaring up. She wasn't moving. She had her position. I think that was a good call. So nice play by Sammy.
Now the Vikings need some help against this full court press. Kara Clark comes down, gives it off to Sammy Jackson. It's now 3-on-2. Sammy takes it middle of the floor, kicks it off to Kixmiller, 14-footer on the baseline. Hits the side of the backboard.
Kicks it off to Kixmiller.
Kicks it off to Kixmiller.
You didn't intend to do that, did you?
Did not intend to do that. Sounded pretty good. I may try it again. Now the other way. Here comes Ziesel, who's checked in. Ziesel wide open. Somebody lost her. She came across the baseline, and Youngstrom hit her with it, and she turned, laid it in. She has 4, and it's 21-13. 4:38 to go.
Good backside pick that time by Benedictine, and nobody switched, and Ziesel wide open.
Well, the Vikings have to be careful here in this next 4:33. They've really played a good first half. They need to keep it going here. Gabby Lovelace to inbound against this pressure. Bad pass. It's picked off by Payne. Payne underneath. A foul as Rutledge takes it up strong.
Raina Smith, I think, is going to get her second foul.
If that's her second, she'll check out. Lindsey Jackson will come into the ball game right now. Yeah, they're going to call it on Kara Clark, I guess.
Well, I thought they called it on Raina. Maybe not. There it goes. Now they put it up.
Okay, Raina did have it.
Yeah, that was on Raina.
So she had her second. Free throw, Rutledge, good. But she has her first point. And they are closing the gap. 21-14 now with 4:28 left. Rutledge will have another one. And this one is good, so she gets both. This pressure's bothered the Vikings a little bit. It's 21-14. That's what they have on the board. I was correct myself. And here comes Raina Smith, 3-on-2. Into the corner. Sammy Jackson sets the feet. Fires a three, won't go. Rebound, Kara Clark. But then she loses it, and she fights for the loose ball and tips it off to Raina Smith. Good hustle by the young lady from Omaha. Now Raina Smith's pass across the lane. Too tall for Sammy Jackson and a turnover. That's 21-15. They had both points there.
Well, and Benedictine gradually creeping back in this thing. Like, say, Vikings need to keep the offense going.
Yeah, it's poorly as Benedictine is shot. The Vikings lead is down to 6 now. And inbounding the ball will be Erin Murphy. Murphy has not scored. She's at 10 points a game score. Has not put it in the hoop yet tonight. Rutledge off to Youngstrom. Free throw line extended right. Back top of the key. It goes to Payne. Payne drives inside, bumps and runs into Kixmiller, and it's an offensive foul.
And I tell you, Sam's a pretty good-sized girl, and Payne knocked her down, so that had to be a charge that time. Nice job by Sam once again stepping into the lane, and second charge for the Vikes that they've drawn in the last couple minutes.
Well, they call that on Rutledge. Was that a screen? I thought it was on Payne.
That had to be Payne.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Now the ball tipped away.
I don't know who they called it on, but it was
Ziesel.
Payne's the one that fouled. She's the one that charged.
They're going to give it to, they're going to give it to Rutledge, I guess, but Payne's the one that drew the charge. All right. Here's Lindsey Jackson across to Sammy, 3:47 to go. Off it comes to Vasquez, who's checked in for Raina Smith for those 2 fouls. Top of the key to Sammy Jackson, 3:40 to go. It's a 6-point ball game. Vikes for the lead. Kara Clark out front. Holds it top of the key. Looks underneath for Kixmiller, not there. Now Lindsey Jackson gets it into Kixmiller. Strong move off the glass, no good. Kara Clark with a tremendous offensive rebound. Puts it back up and is fouled. Doesn't go in, but she'll shoot 2.
Well, a good strong move by Kixmiller. She didn't get the shot to go down, but it's nice to see her post up strong. And good job of hitting that offensive board by Kara.
3:27 to go first half. Kara's first free throw, too hard, back iron, no good, and she's still looking for her first point.
We got her, if you remember last week against Mid-America, the last 2 minutes of the first half was disaster.
Yep.
That's when we led the whole half and let them come back and take, I think, a 3-point lead at halftime.
And then they just went crazy in the second half and dominated that game. Kara hits 1 out of 2. It's 22-15. So, yeah, this next 3:25, very important for this Valley team. And really for their psyche, I guess, going into the locker room.
Oh, yeah. You need to take a good lead in at halftime.
Rutledge for 3. Got it. Off the bench. Shayla Rutledge knocks down a triple. She has 5. It's 22-18. The lead is now down to 4. Vikings bring it up. Lindsey Jackson splits a double team, takes it right baseline. Cut off there. No shot. Back out to Lindsey. Around to Vasquez. Vasquez knocked away, taken away, still by Ziesel, in on Sammy, 2-point game. Ziesel scores, 22-20. That pressure they're trapping in the backcourt, really bothering the Vikings. Another turnover, careless pass. Youngstrom with it, gives it off now to Ziesel. Ziesel between the circles, and now Benedictine could tie or take the lead on this possession. And Selmy, round a screen, drives left side. Back to Youngstrom, free throw line, almost.
I think she drug that back foot, but no call.
Now Murphy, off to Anselmi, fires it underneath the Rutledge, spins in the lane, kicks it back out for 3, the lead, no good. Rebound fought for in the corner, and it comes away to Lindsey Jackson. Took it away from Ziesel. Quick pass up court. They give it to Kara Clark. She's bumped, puts up the shot, won't go. Kixmiller with a rebound, but as she turns and throws it out, she throws it right to Ziesel. Ziesel the other way, free throw line, no look pass. Youngstrom, tie game. As she lays it in from the left side. And is this deja vu all over again, Joe?
Well, I hope not. I hope we can.
Here you go, last 2 minutes, all of a sudden the 7-point lead, we're down to a tie game.
Under 2 minutes to play, so we really got to close this half out. I mean, the last thing you want to do is send this team to the locker room with a lot of momentum.
Well, and this press, when the Vikings get it in, they're really trapping in the corners, and the Vikings have made some careless passes. Got to get that ball in the middle of the floor. They want you to throw it to the corner. That's where they want it to go.
And this Viking team, if you remember last week down at Central Methodist on Thursday night, very patient against the full court press, took their time, used all the time, and you've got, 30 seconds to get the ball across in girls basketball. So did a good job taking their time and got some good looks. Tonight trying to hurry just a little bit and need to slow things down and, spread the floor and make some good passes.
22-all is our score, and that's the first time the game's been tied since it was 4-all because the Vikings went on an 11-0 run, you recall, after they're down 4-0.
Well, and a good timeout by Jolene right there. And really important to come down with a good set, get a good shot. If we can get a basket here and go back up by 2, maybe we'll make a little run at the end of the half.
All right, Kixmiller, Vasquez, both Jacksons, and Kara Clark on the floor. 1:52 to go. The press has been very successful. Lindsey Jackson, the inbound again. They run to that corner, and now they give it off to Sammy. Here comes the trap. She flips it over the top to Lindsey Jackson.
There we
to
go.
Clark.
That's
back to the middle of the floor.
That's
now ahead to Vasquez and throw it away. Did a great job of getting the ball to the middle of the floor to Sammy Jackson, and then her pass to Vasquez threw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
But a better job against the press.
Yeah, did a good job in the backcourt. Just got to the front of the forecourt. That's when we had the problem.
Now for the first time since this game was tied at 4, the Ravens can take the lead. 1:40 to go. Here's Murphy. Out to Youngstrom. Youngstrom top of the circle. Holds it there. Back to Stinson. Stinson free throw line. Ooh, she almost double dribbled that thing. Let it go, and one of her teammates able to grab it. Murphy turns, faces the basket. Good job by Kixmiller. 9 on the shot clock. Back to Youngstrom. Youngstrom looks through a double team. Not there. Now gives it off. Free throw line. Shot up. No good by Barr from the free throw line, but she's fouled, and she'll shoot 2 to give the Ravens the lead as the foul's on Sammy Jackson, her first.
We're down to a minute 16, so again, Vikes need to close out this last closing minute.
There's the free throw. Good by Barr. She's 4 out of 5. And since the game was 4-4, the Ravens have their first lead. Misses the second one, and Lindsey Jackson goes in and grabs that rebound. Now off to Sammy Jackson. Sammy, bad pass, but it's tipped, but comes back to Vasquez. She hustled to get it between the circles. Top of the key, Kara Clark. Looks for Kixmiller, not there. Vasquez on the left wing, down to 58 seconds, 12 on the shot clock. Here's Lindsey Jackson, free throw line, kicks it off to Sammy. Her baseline, high arching shot, no good. Rebound taken, down by Youngstrom. Youngstrom fires it ahead to Murphy, nice pass. Murphy spins, can't score. Rebound Youngstrom, the young lady kicks it out, now to Stinson. Stinson off to Anselmi. Anselmi fires a bullet pass inside to Murphy. Back to Anselmi. Anselmi drives left side, flips it back, top of the key, swinging around to Youngstrom. Youngstrom now to Anselmi, three-pointer, good. Her first bucket is a triple, and with 24 seconds to go, it's now a 4-point lead for Benedictine. Kara Clark, off it comes to Sammy Jackson. Down to 15 seconds. Sammy almost lost it. Here's Lindsey for 3, top of the key, rolls off, no good. They have 8 seconds to go as here comes Anselmi on the run. Free throw line, dishes it out to Youngstrom. Here's a 3 on the way. This one won't go, and we are at the break. But Benedictine struggling from the line, but they come back to take the lead by the score of 26-22. Joe and I will have the halftime stats in a moment.
Was Joe DiMaggio or Jackie Robinson?
Rosa Parks or Sally Ride?
Bogart or Brando?
You're just the right age to do something important that you can be remembered for.
Even if you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, you can register to become an organ and tissue donor.
Surprised? You shouldn't be.
Today, people of all ages and even with health conditions can sign up to donate the gift of life.
And it's so important. Every age, every ethnicity is needed.
If we all signed up, imagine the lives we could save.
The families we could help.
So whether you admire John Wayne or James Dean, Robert Redford or Roberto Clemente,
Elvis Presley or Ella Fitzgerald, do something important that could make a real difference and change lives.